On February 21st, the developers of Last Epoch, 11th Hour Games, are going to launch a new trading system in Last Epoch. And behind me, you see the developers' video on them explaining very briefly. I think the video is 5-6 minutes. They go into a quick overview of how the trading system is going to work. And I have to say, this looks really good. Really, really, really good. Now, I had no intentions of playing Last Epoch, but when I saw this video and I see what they're going to be introducing into the game vis-a-vis trading, I have to say it's very enticing. Anyway, this video is going to go and give a quick overview of what was said, what's coming down the pipe for Last Epoch, February 21st. So I hope you'll stick around and join me. We'll see you on the other side. Last Epoch will drop 1.0 on February 21st. Once it drops, we will be given a choice to join a faction. There are two of them. The first one is the Circle of Fortune, where stars guide your fate, which enhances item drops and allows you to seek prophecies to help find better and more items. Or you can choose to join the Merchants Guild, where trade, profit, and grow enables trading items via the bazaar or directly with other players. You can choose to switch factions later on, but we'll talk about that more later. You can rank up in either guild by earning favor with that specific guild. You do this by killing enemies and completing quests. For the Merchant Guild, that means participating in the bazaar and completing trades at your current level. For the Circle of Fortune, it means completing certain prophecies, which will grant certain items after fulfilling the prophecy conditions. Through earning reputation with your faction, you will rank up, which will grant you unique items and options. Currently, there are a maximum of 10 ranks in each faction. And as I mentioned earlier, if you choose to switch factions, there is no penalty or loss of rank with the other faction. But you can only be a member of one faction at a time per character. The perks earned from ranking up in a faction are only active when you are a member of that faction. Therefore, it is recommended you stick to a faction that is aligned with your playstyle. Now, let's discuss favor. What is favor? Favor is the currency you earn by playing or doing quests for the faction. Favor is separate from reputation. Favor is used to either trade in the Merchant Guild or get different prophecies in the Circle of Favor Guild. It can also be used to gamble with the faction Gambler. Once you join a faction, items that drop will be tagged with that faction you are part of. Last Epoch has also addressed the player need for some players who play with friends and want to be able to trade with them only. Last Epoch has taken care of this by introducing resonances in the 1.0 release on February 21st. For example, a golden resonance allows gifting of a normal, magic, rare, and unique item, while an obsidian resonance allows gifting of exalted or legendary items. The new resonance system means you can gift your friends even if they were not part of your party when the item they needed dropped. Also noted from the Last Epoch devs was that the ladder ranks in each faction takes a lot of commitment. So 11 Hour Games is recommending to pick one faction and stick to it. Also, reputation is account-wide in that specific game mode. Revolutionary. It's unbelievable. This 1.0 for Last Epoch, what brilliance. It's 11th Hour Games, hats off. This really shows when a developer listens to its player base. You know, they talk about in the video how they took and had many in-depth discussions and debates about how to tackle trading in Last Epoch. And the brilliancy in this 1.0 is the fact that they're tailoring the trading system in the game to different players. And let me explain that. In any game, there are different player bases that play games. So there's the player that likes to play in groups, likes to be part of a trading economy. And then there are players who like to earn their gear and a challenge of only leveling up their character or gearing up their character only with items that they have found in the game. We know it as solo self-found mode in a lot of other games that we play. And we rarely see a trading economy in a game that is tailored to both. Well, Last Epoch 1.0 on February 21st addresses both those needs and both those play styles, for a lack of a better term. It's a stroke of genius, in my opinion. It's unbelievable. I love when I see developers implement systems in a game that address what I would say the majority of the player base are asking for. And not only that, but implement a system that that is tailored to the different dynamics of the player base. It's hats off to 11th Hour Games. This looks really good. Like I said in my intro, you know, I took a stab at Last Epoch. It's a great game. There's no doubt about it. But I didn't last long in it. You know, there are some issues in the game, and I'm sure 11th Hour Games is going to address those in the future. But I have to say, and I know there's updates coming in the game, of course. All games have updates. But this has really piqued my curiosity. It's going to be something that I'm going to take a serious look at and see. This looks like definitely one of the best trading systems in a game that I have personally seen. Revolutionary. This is great because you know why I like things like this and studios doing this in games, because it raises the bar for other studios, because other studios are going to see this and they're going to want to either attain it or go above it. So it's raising the bar in the gaming industry, and for that I applaud 11th Game Studios for that. Unbelievable. It looks really good. Anyway, I just wanted to give a quick synopsis on their 5 or so minute video introducing this trading system that's coming on February 21st for Last Epoch 1.0, as they named it. So I hope you liked the video. Let me know, what do you think? I want to hear from players that like the trading economy in games. What do you think? I also think the fact that there's a ranking up, and the ranking up in each faction grants different attributes and rewards. I also think this will eliminate botters from being attracted to the game and trying to sink their teeth into it. What do you think? You know what? That just came off the top of my head. But I want to hear from the players that love trading economies, and I want to hear those from the solo self-found guys. I tend to lean on the SSF side, although I have to say I dabble in both. I also will like trading in games, and this looks top notch. So I want to hear from both sides of the trading field, for a lack of a better term. So let me hear your thoughts. Is this going to entice you to play Last Epoch? I'd love to hear your comments. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you next time. Take care.